Our story starts in a battered, run-down garret, the home and fragile bubble of Luigi Raskolnikov. It was here, in December 2024, that he drafted his Extraordinary Man Manifesto, a document investigators would later call a chilling blend of genius, desperation, and delusion.
An extraordinary man must break the law if his genius demands it. Rules are meant for the herd, not for those destined to rise above it.
At the heart of it all is his sister Dunia's battle with breast cancer. Watching her deteriorate while the healthcare system demands money they don't have pushes Luigi toward a dark and irreversible path.
The systems failed us, Dunia. They let you die before lifting a finger unless we pay their absurd premiums.
Alyona Ivanovna is the CEO of Conscience Health Group, an insurance company that has been sued countless times for refusing to cover the claims of suffering and dying patients. Her selfishness and complete disregard for human life leave people like Luigi desperate.
What will I have to do? What will it take to shake the system so much it's forced to change? Thieves like Alyona deserve punishment.
Desperate for money, desperate for answers, and desperate for systemic change, Luigi, trying to find a mental escape, plans to meet up with an old friend.
What if someone committed a crime just to see if they could get away with it?
Not receiving much help from those around him, he takes time to reflect and reevaluate his own life. After having recently dropped out of law school, he feels he has little purpose in his life. His support system is weak and he has no one to voice his frustration to. He begins to think about what would happen if he impulsively commits a crime. Would he be freed from sin if it is for the greater good? In the slums of Miramar, Luigi passes by struggle, sadness, and despair daily. On one of these walks, he encounters a single mother, Katerina Marmeladov. She begs for anything she can get to feed her hungry children. It seems that the rich are only getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. He asks himself, why is it that businessmen and politicians get to relish in their wealth while the rest of us can barely eat? He sees his generosity as redemption, a completely different side of him where his mind is filled with hope instead of plagued with vengeful thoughts.
Someone will come and help us.
This will be enough to get you through the week.
Why are you doing this?
Someone has to.
Locked in his room for hours, he decides to follow through with his plans. He will become the extraordinary man he had always dreamed of being, for the good of the world and to finally avenge the medical wrongdoings of his sister. He will wake up at the crack of dawn, purchase a gun, and find Alyona on her morning walk to the office.
All to save my sister.
How are you? Security! Wait!
Stay back.
Wait! Please!
Susan.
As he ran away, he realized the damage he'd done. He was in deep trouble with the police, having been seen by painters working on the building. Perhaps the worst part of it all was that he'd never see the day where he would get to test out his extraordinary man theory, because he did not take out his planned victim, Alyona.
I failed to become the extraordinary man I dreamed of. Maybe through this failure, I'll find something greater.
He senselessly took out her innocent sister, Lizaveta. This small mistake would haunt him forever.
My name is Kabilan, and you're watching CBS News. Today we're investigating the insurance CEO murder, and today I'm with an important witness.
Hi, my name is Linda, and I work for Tom's Painting.
Oh, and what did you see that day?
So I was just working, doing my job in the building, when all of a sudden I see a man exiting the building, and he was pale as a ghost. I would say around 5'10" skinny, and he kept muttering something under his breath about being an extraordinary man, and it was just so weird.
Oh wow, that's certainly strange. Stay tuned for next time.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless, but I'm relentless too.
NBC doesn't take a day off, and neither will I.
And I treat my NBC with new Everyday Verzenio, the only one of its kind that can be taken every day.
In fact, Verzenio is a CDK4 and 6 inhibitor for postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC, approved with hormonal therapy as an everyday treatment for a relentless disease. Verzenio plus an AI is proven to help women have significantly more time without disease progression, and more than half of women saw their tumors shrink versus an AI. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, and may cause dehydration or infection. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Serious liver problems can occur. Symptoms may include tiredness, loss of appetite, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising more easily than normal. Blood clots that can lead to death have also occurred. Talk to your doctor right away if you notice pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, or rapid breathing or heart rate. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include nausea, infections, low red and white blood cells and platelets, decreased appetite, headache, abdominal pain, tiredness, vomiting, and hair thinning or loss. I'm relentless, and my doctor and I choose to treat my MBC with Verzenio. Be relentless. Ask your doctor about Everyday Verzenio.
Welcome back. Today we're still investigating the insurance CEO murder, and we're with the suspected killer, Luigi's landlord. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is Pishenko, and I had Luigi as my tenant for over 10 years. And just to say, he was terrible. He never paid on time. He was always broke. His house smelled like shit. And he had a sister who was very sick, but and I gave him some leeway. I said, oh, you can pay a month, the rent, a month late. He took advantage of it, and he paid it 4 months late, and it was absolutely horrible. And then there was something about him being on the news, and I was so confused because I thought, he was a nobody to me. But, he paid my rent, so it was kind of like, all right, I can deal with it. But to think that, he would kill someone is absolutely surprising.
Wow, that's crazy. Stay tuned in for next time.
At the Miramar Police Department, he is assigned a detective, Porphyry, his mental equal. In a game of chess, Porphyry calls his bluff and realizes Luigi's lies. Luigi's world is quickly falling as his confidant, Sonia, begins exhibiting strange signs that point to him as the culprit.
Witness statement number 1. What is your name and what do you think about the situation?
My name is Bob, and I knew something was wrong when Sonia started acting out. She's usually not the type of person to rat other people out.
You're a smart man, Luigi, but checkmate is inevitable. Interesting move, but still, check.
A few years back, Luigi had met Razumikin in law school. Razumikin had remained a loyal friend even after seeing Luigi's downfall. After hearing about the case in the news, he steps up and decides to become Luigi's attorney. He believes that beneath Luigi's flaws is a man capable of redemption.
We can still fix this, but you gotta tell me everything.
There is nothing left to fight for. The police have all the information they need to know. He confesses to Sonia and asks she takes care of her siblings and his weak sister, Dunia.
It's over, Luigi. You know what you did.
Do you? Or are you just another cog in the machine trying to take out anyone who fights back?
Save the speeches for court. My client's actions were driven by desperation, not malice. The system pushed him to the brink.
Luigi Raskolnikov, you are sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Was it all meaningless? Or was it the price for revolution?
Luigi Raskolnikov is sent to a maximum security prison in Siberia, Russia. It is desolate, and he will never escape, with a slim chance of ever returning home. He receives frequent letters from Sonia and Razumikin checking in on him. He's become a changed man, preaching to fellow prisoners the importance of peaceful protesting and the fight to change the healthcare system in the United States.
Maybe I wasn't extraordinary, but I changed something.
He often thinks back to the days before he committed the crime, sitting and contemplating in sunny Miramar. Though everything was wrong in the world, those moments felt untouched, like fragments of peace stolen from a life that would never be whole again.